The world's oldest dog turns 31.
We are, in effect, breeding them to death.
Excellent. Did you find those grouse? Oh, yes. Oh.
We can actually do something about it.
We are tracking the worms until they die.
And increase the likelihood that dogs are going to live long, healthy, happy lives. That's the goal.
I think he's had an incredibly fulfilling, happy life.
Als wir Pucker das letzte Mal gesehen haben, war Ted Karasotis Labrador 5 Jahre alt. Jetzt wird er bald 15.
There you go. There you go. Very good.
Didn't he see it or didn't he want to?
He didn't see it. There's a cone of vision that he has now, and if the Frisbee or another toy goes below or above that, he can't see it. There you go. One of the joys of having a dog who's longer lived is you get so many more years with him. The hard part, the flip side of that, is to watch this incredibly powerful being that was just indomitable and could do anything. Watch slowly decline and no longer be the creature with whom you shared those monumental times in the outdoors. Very good, sir. Ready? Oh, there we go. Good recovery, sir. Oh my goodness. When he was 10, one veterinary said when his back end started to go, and this is 4.5 years ago, one veterinarian said, you should think about letting him go. 4.5 years later, he's still with us. So I do not make any predictions about my dogs. How much longer does he have? And I simply don't know. And so I've decided to go day by day, week by week, and enjoy the time we have together. Good job, sir. Well done. Oh, that magic sound. Looks like regular old kibble, but it's a low-fat, special kibble. There we go. Right. Bon appetit, monsieur. Bon appetit.
No more raw food?
No more raw food.
How come?
'Cause it's started really giving him acid reflux, and he was gagging with it. So the first thing I had to cut out was his raw vegetable desserts, the broccoli, the cauliflower, the peppers that he loved so much after eating dinner. And he was shattered when I no longer gave it to him. He'd go to the fridge and look in there and say, what's happened? Why can't I have my dessert? Ho ho! There's nothing left. I think you've polished it off, sir. Well done. That's it. Pucka was 5 when you filmed here last time, and between the time he was 5 and I would say 12, he was an extremely active, exuberant dog, and did lots of skiing, hiking, hunting, biking, traveled a lot with me. And then right about when he was 12, he had a variety of orthopedic problems. If one asked about myself, are you a healthy person after 2 hip replacements, a knee replacement, an ankle replacement, back surgery, knee surgery, shoulder surgery, I'd say, yeah, I'm a pretty healthy person. So I think Pucka has been a pretty healthy dog despite a shoulder surgery and lumbosacral disease, which has impinged the L4 nerve root and has impinged his gait on his right rear foot. But we've dealt with that. What do you think, sir? Yes, good stretch, sir. Good stretch. Oh, yes. He is an old dog at 14 and a half, and he's a big dog. He weighs 70 pounds, and the data for weight of a dog and age, the 2 graphs, if the age of the dog goes like this, the graph of age goes like that. Heavier dogs, bigger dogs do not live that long. What's the average lifespan of a Great Dane? 8 years, 9 years. Of an Irish Wolfhound, 6 years. So yes, I'm thrilled that he's gotten 14 and a half years, and I hope he gets some more years. And I think I need to eat something or I'm going to get acid reflux.
So we do this.
Früher Sonntagmorgen in Kelly. Der erste Frost kündigt hier am Fuße der Teton Mountains den langen Winter an. Die Straße war vor ein paar Jahren noch nicht geteert. Von Burley und AJ keine Spur. Dabei stünde die Hundeklappe immer noch für alle offen. Aber Pucka hat sie alle überlebt.
Pucka, come. Come on. There we go. Perhaps there's something here in the Kelly water that's good for dogs, or perhaps there's the general environment of being able to roam freely. Oh, AJ's got it. Very good, AJ. Very good. Very good. AJ passed away at 15 and a half years old. Oh, and here's Burley. Oh, we've got everyone here. Oh, 3 on the stick. Burley, unfortunately, was hit by a car in front of the cafe over yonder when he was 12 and a half. So he never had the opportunity to live out all the years he might have. And Goo died at about 12 years old. He was an English setter, and no one knows really what the cause of his death was. It is much quieter here in my house. Sunday, August 2nd, 2020. I get on my bike and go for a ride with Pucka. Partway down the trail, he finds a perfect stick, 1 inch in diameter, smooth, 3 feet long. When I pause to see what he's doing, he brings it to me and I toss it. He fetches it briskly, not sore at all. He just wants to retrieve, not bike ride. On we go. Pucka bearing the stick. Finally, at the downhill section to the river, he abandons the stick. We go along the rocky outwash plain of the river, scattered with willow, and there, as he moves through the dappled light of the cottonwoods, I see him, sleek and young and innocent in his first summer, 11 years ago, when we first walked this trail. And my heart gives a lurch as a pang goes through it. Where did all those years go so quickly?
Welche Pläne hat Ted für eine Zeit nach Pucka? Da steht nur eines fest. Es wird keinen anderen Hund neben ihm geben.
And I know a lot of friends who have hunting dogs. As one dog gets older, they get a puppy, so the dog can teach the puppy, and what they say is the puppy makes the old dog younger. Well, what I've seen in every single case was the old dog for a month or two hates the younger dog, almost universally, and then finally accepts that this is the new status quo. I can't do anything about it. I better accept it. And people say, oh, the dog really loves the new puppy. I don't think that's the case.
Als Merle, Teds Hund, starb, suchte er jahrelang nach einem Labrador, der ihn ersetzen konnte. Ted wollte nichts dem Zufall überlassen, bis er schließlich Puckas Mutter fand. Vor ein paar Jahren machte er sich wieder auf die Suche nach einer passenden Partnerin für Pucka. Das war fast genauso kompliziert.
I have a website you can still see called breedingpucka.com, in which all his genetic information is, all his health tests, and his pedigree stretching all the way back to 1868. So he has a superb pedigree, and his coefficient of inbreeding is very low, which means that he doesn't have a lot of common ancestors in his near background. And that's a really important thing whenever you're thinking of getting a dog, is to see what the coefficient of inbreeding is for that litter. So I advertised, and I called breeders who had females whom they were advertising for studs, and none of them wanted to breed to Pucka. Despite all these good genetic tests and having good hips, good elbows, having this royal pedigree, they said, does he have any field trial titles? And I said, well, no, I've never done field trials with him. It's not something I wanted to do. They said, sorry, if he had his master's hunting certificate, or if he was some kind of field champion, I could get $5,000 each for one of his puppies. As it is, I can get $1,000 for one of his puppies. So if I have 10 puppies out of his litter, you do the math. So I was unable to find a breeder for a long time, and as it happened, a chiropractor friend who worked on dogs and horses here, he lives over in Lander, one day he said, He said, oh, I'm going to stop at Mark Hinchenberger's house tomorrow, an old friend, and he's got a yellow lab too. He'd really like to breed her. I said, really? This was the first time you told me? And I called up Mark and I said, has Washakie had all her tests? And he said, no, but I'm happy to do them. So he got her genetically tested to make sure she didn't have a gene for the terrible diseases that labs can get. And Washakie was all clear. So we would meet on Togedy Pass and they would have a date.
So how will he react when he meets his kin?
Badger, his son, and Washakie, his mate, he might not even get out of the car. He might say, we were just here 2 weeks ago. That's enough of a visit. We'll see. I'm not predicting anything. Siri, read the text.
Cheryl sent a new message. Just a very quick message. I adore you. Smiley, have a great day, my stars at the screen. Love you, XOXO, and sent a hearts card suit emoji. Would you like to reply?
Not right now.
That's everything.
That sounded like love.
She was a skier and a climber and backpacker, so we have a lot in common. And she's got a 25-year-old daughter named Emma.
You don't have kids of your own.
I don't, not that I know of. So it's nice to have Emma in my life now. It's probably the only regret I had. I wish I had had kids. So Mark's place is right up there on the hill. Here they are. There's Washakie. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You want to see your kin here, Pucka?
Badger. Let him get out, okay? Hey, Badger. Badger, come on.
So, I want to see my dad. Okay. There you go.
All the puppies were this color in here, white, compared to Key has this kind of fox red color on her ears and stuff. He's starting to get a little darker now, but he was way light. They were all really light except for Teton, which is over in Vermont. He was a color of Labradors that AKC doesn't recognize. It's called fox red, so they just call it yellow. Yeah, AKC, American Kennel Club, it's Badger's registered. I could enter him in shows if I wanted, but he's not intact anymore, so it wouldn't probably do any good. But
Pucka and these dogs are more field trial style dogs than show Labradors. Their faces are more elongated. The show Labradors have these much wider heads.
But I had one yellow lab that was of that type, that had the more blocky face, shorter muzzle, and short legs. And
Pucka wants to go back in the car. I still remember Mark brings Washakie to meet Pucka. And so Mark lets out Washiki, and I let Pucka out, and Pucka looks over, and there's this Vizsla that comes out of Theo's office, very sleek, you know, fox red color, and he looks at Washiki, he looks over at the Vizsla, he is gone, and he is mobbing that Vizsla. Oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, would you like to come home with me? Let me follow you around. So I went and got him and brought him back to Washiki. Washiki went, Pucka was back at the Vizsla. And I thought, this is a really poor way to start a romance.
Mark und Ted gehen beide auf die Jagd.
No, we're not gonna go. Could, but come on.
Ihre Labrador Retriever haben dann den Job, die Beute zu holen.
You guys sit down? Sit. Both of you sit. Come on, sit down. All right, you stay. Both of you stay. Badger, Key, go get it. Oh, you're gonna get them both? Come on.
Good job, Badger.
Good boys.
Pucka, you want to try one of these big ducks? Let's see if you can.
Go get the other one. Bring it here. Ah, girl.
Beim Upland Hunting stöbern die Hunde aktiv die Vögel auf, sodass der Jäger sie dann erschießen kann.
I have to be careful with him. If he turns toward his bad leg, he can go right down. Oh, is that the best? Very good, sir. Oh, so the ducks got you excited.
Beim Waterfowl Hunting muss der Hund sich genauso verstecken wie der Jäger. Ein Geduldsspiel.
I don't think he's ever retrieved a duck, because the first time I took him waterfowl.
Well, neither she may have done a duck. He never has, because I've never shot any. I haven't shot any for 5 years, but they've retrieved. She's retrieved geese.
He saved the day with these ducks. So Pucka has never really liked waterfowl hunting. I've taken him 3 times, and each time he has said, this sitting in a blind is the most boring thing I've ever done. I'm not. The last time we went, parked at the same spot, opened the hatch, he wouldn't get out of the car.
Oh, really?
No. Said, I am a totally different reaction from if we went upland hunting, which was barking his head off, and he's no barker, but we'd go up, he'd see the upland vest come out, and he would start jumping in the air.
Come here, bud. Go down here. Attaboy. Right, good job. Can you make it up there? You get the other guy on there? There you go. All right. All right, buddy.
Okay. Well, you improved your disposition. Thanks for getting those ducks out, Mark.
All right, buddy. Take care, man.
Till next time.
Okay.
Good seeing you.
And good seeing you, Ted.
Badger, Washki. Good seeing you. Yeah. Yeah. Good seeing you guys. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, good seeing you again.
Als Ted Carasotti das Buch Pucka's Promise veröffentlichte, ahnte er, dass man ihn daran messen wird. Hält er sich an all das, was er, wissenschaftlich belegt, vorschlägt, damit der Hund ein langes, gesundes und glückliches Leben führt? Fast zeitgleich gab es einen Biologen, der sich mit einer ganz ähnlichen Frage beschäftigte. Und an der University of Washington das Dog Aging Project gründete.
This is the Dog Aging Project, which is trying to figure out what factors are involved in producing longer-lived dogs. And so I believe they have about 47,000 dogs registered now. And there is the certificate that is Pucka's notification that he was enrolled. So it appears that Pucka was the 37,014th dog to be enrolled in this. I think what they're trying to determine are all the factors, which are the most important factors in creating longer-lived dogs.
The Dog Aging Project, we conduct rigorous scientific research designed to define, explain, and ameliorate the effects of aging. To achieve this mission, we have built a community of volunteers and researchers united by a shared love for dogs and committed to helping dogs and humans live longer, healthier lives together.
Was lässt Hunde altern? Und wie kann man das stoppen? Um das herauszufinden, sammelt das Dog Aging Project seit über 10 Jahren Daten.
Dogs are aging biologically about 7 to 10 times faster than people do. So what that means is that they are going to be at greater risk for all of the same age-related diseases and functional declines that people experience. It's just going to happen much more rapidly. I think the promise of a project like the Dog Aging Project is that if we can understand what those mechanisms of aging are, we can actually do something about it to slow that process and increase the likelihood that dogs are going to live long, healthy, happy lives. That's the goal.
Von Anfang an hatte man aber nicht nur den Hund im Blick.
I'm really most interested in understanding which aspects of aging are shared across the animal kingdom. We know about some things that, at least in mice, can increase lifespan and health span metrics by 20, 30%. Some of those are going to work in dogs, no doubt about it. So we have the opportunity where we could actually increase healthy longevity for people's pets, my pet, by 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And when that crystallized in my mind, it was like there was no looking back. I knew I had to do this. What would it take to actually design a clinical trial to prove that a longevity intervention could increase lifespan and health span in companion dogs? And I mapped that out, and then I thought, okay, what should we test? What's the best thing to try? If we really only get one shot at this, we want to have our best shot on goal, and rapamycin was the obvious choice.
Rapamycin ist ein Immunsuppressivum. Es unterdrückt also das Immunsystem. Das hilft vor allem bei Transplantationen und verhindert, dass zum Beispiel eine fremde Niere abgestoßen wird. Rapamycin hat Nebenwirkungen und davon eine ganz besondere. Fruchtfliegen und Mäuse leben länger, wenn sie es bekommen. Professor Käberlein will nun aber eine noch bessere wirkende Pille entdecken, mit Hilfe von Würmern, Robotern und künstlicher Intelligenz.
We should be able to find interventions that have a bigger effect than rapamycin on longevity. And I think it's pretty clear that in the last 20 years, the field has in many ways stagnated in the discovery of new longevity interventions. Nobody has found something that works better than rapamycin in the last 20 years. So yes, that is one of my goals has been to create technologies that will enable us to do large-scale searches for new longevity drug discovery. And that's why we created the WormBot, which is a robotic system coupled with AI that allows us to do thousands of experiments simultaneously.
Adult worms are about 1 millimeter in length. Yeah. So real small, but you can see them with the naked eye. But there's so much going on. It's such a cool animal because they're transparent and they have small number of neurons and cells, and everything is so basic, but right there for you to look at under a scope. This is a larger drug screen. So we have on these plates I think with these 12 plates, we have about 27 different drugs that we're looking at with controls as well to find some other reasons to use this drug. So maybe something that might have been originally used for like a cancer treatment. Is there maybe some other beneficial reason to use it for just simply increasing lifespan, or maybe there's another kind of disease model that it would be appropriate to use for? So we're snapping about 5 images a day. So these are from Wednesday, from Tuesday. We are tracking the worms until they die. So we're snapping images, how they're moving, how they're attracted to food, where are they at on the well.
So C. elegans is a nematode worm. They don't look at all like earthworms. They actually look quite elegant. That's where that elegans comes from in their name. The reason why they're so useful for aging is because they go through an aging process that looks at a molecular level very similar to aging in mice and people. They show functional declines of age, but they do it in about a month. So that means we can test the lifespan effect of a drug in a month, or if we're lucky, 2 months, if the drug doubles lifespan, right?
And that's how we do that.
Was an der Washington University begann, ist zu einem Pharma-Startup geworden, das in den nächsten 3 bis 5 Jahren eine lebensverlängernde Pille finden will. Erst für den Hund, dann für den Menschen.
So what you'll see here, these top 2 wells are animals not given any sort of intervention. These are living and dying normatively. With this, we have 2 control animals. So these ones on the top 2 are animals given nothing. They're living, dying, aging normatively. At the bottom, these animals are given a micromolar dose of this novel drug that we found to have an effect upon lifespan. And so what you'll see here is bounding boxes appear over the animals in real time as our AI platform determines that they've died. So I'm going to press play on the video. When an animal dies, a bounding box will be overlaid on it. That's when our machine learning pipeline and our AI platform have determined that that animal has ceased movement and has died. And every image here is a 1-hour time lapse frame rate. So at this point, we've actually been watching 15 days worth of observations as these animals are living on these plates. And so what we can see by this point is all the controls have died. The animals not given the drug are all dead, and we still have this persistent amount of movement and life down below. And so what you can see here is that this drug is having a really incredibly strong effect even at this low dosage. And so this is an exciting thing where we wouldn't have necessarily found this drug had we been doing a biased screening. It was our unbiased methodology of throwing as many compounds at the ball that let us actually develop this. In the end, everything dies. So we haven't yet developed an immortal worm. I think that from the perspective of myself as a biologist, I am not looking to find something that makes us immortal. I grew up in a little fishing town in Alaska, and I was lucky enough that, my grandmother's helped raise me, and my great-grandmother lived to 111. She was the oldest person in Alaska at one point. And, I saw how well she aged, and until she had an accident and a fall in the last couple of years of her life, she was with it and active and healthy. And then in comparison, her daughter, my grandmother, despite having very similar genetics, she's 90, she's had health issues for a decade and probably won't see her 100th birthday. And so, people would always joke, Ben, you must have great genetics. Your grandmother lives so long. I'm like, yeah, hopefully I do. Hopefully I got those genes. But fundamentally, what's more deterministic than your genetics is what you experience as an individual going through life, be it your lifestyle, the medicine you take, what kind of stuff happens to you. And so from a perspective of changing human health, I'm more excited about, finding a novel drug that I can take and will help me live more like my great-grandmother.
Would you take it?
If it didn't have any side effects? Sure, why not? I've got a lot of books left to write, and I don't see enough years, even if I live to 120, to write all the books I'd like to write. So you bet. Okay, Sir. Shadow Mountain.
10 Jahre lang haben wir Ted Karasotti und seinen Labrador Pucker begleitet. Ja, der Hund ist wackelig auf den Beinen, aber er ist ansonsten gesund und glücklich sowieso. Vielleicht wird er wirklich 20 Jahre alt?
Oh, very good, sir. Haven't been up here in a while. There we go. Excellent. Maybe we'll find a grouse, eh?
Ob es in Teds Leben nach Pucker noch einen Hund geben wird? Falls ja, dann wird er diesmal nicht so lange suchen müssen.
You will have a dog after Pucker?
I don't know. That's a good question. It's not one I want to answer right now.
It's the toughest one for a dog lover.
Yeah. Yeah, let's not talk about that, eh, Pucker? Let's not talk about that. Oh my goodness, a good butt scratch. Could not be better. Up here on Shadow Mountain in this glorious golden light. Oh my goodness. This glorious September light. Long, healthy, happy, a dog's life. I think he has. I think he's had an incredibly fulfilling, happy life. When I wrote Pucker's Promise, I wanted to see, can I walk my talk? Can I see if what I wrote about actually has traction, actually works? And of course, my N is one dog. But it has worked, and Pucker is the result 14 and a half years later. So, yeah, my advice is don't make an impulse buy when it comes to a dog. First time I was very, very lucky, exceedingly lucky. The next time I stacked the odds in my favor, and I've had incredibly good results. Pucker's been an incredible dog. Just like his name, genuine and first class.
How long did you wait after Merle?
5 years. But 3 of those years, I was looking for Pucker and couldn't find him. It was a cross-the-country search, and I just couldn't find dogs that were calm enough, collected enough, athletic enough. But luckily, I finally found Abby, his mom, and his dad, Taylor. And
so maybe an offspring of them would be a possible...
Well, you know, back when I was breeding Pucker, I froze a bunch of his sperm. Is sitting down in Fort Collins in a cryogenic vault. And so there is Pucker sperm waiting to be used if necessary. So their possibility would be to find a suitable female and have a dog with similar characteristics. Oh, sir, just hanging out here, eh? As the sun goes down.